I believe that everybody read already that the syllabus already, right? And I would just want to make sure that they you are reading assignment and then also the research paper. Um, okay, I'm gonna mute everybody. Okay, so if you have any question, please raise your hand because I have there are some noises. So I'm gonna mute everybody. Okay. So for the your research papers, I give it this topic, but if you want to choose other topic, that's fine, still okay. But please, still some of you did not turn in that your research topic. Please do as soon as possible. Most of them did already. Yeah, and then this time, doctor students do the first, and the MD students, and then also BA students like that way. And I'm not going to change that like a previous time that confused a lot of people also. Yeah. So I assume that already, my research here, the format is always the same. Yeah. So if you have a question, please let me know. And then also for the book review, I realized that also Professor James' class, you still have a book review. So I asked that the doctorate students and then both combined that the class, you have 4 books to read, and MD student and 3 books, and the BA student 2 books, like that way. Yeah, or 1 book will be okay for the BA student. Some of the books are very heavy, so I don't want to give you too much burden for the MD student. Do you have any question, please, for the syllabus? So we don't have much time.
Dr. Kim, I do have
Yes.
a question.
Okay.
So the 3, for example, for doctoral 3 books, you say you will provide some books to read, or we find our own, or what?
Oh, I emailed you already. So many
Oh, okay, I'm
books.
sorry.
Yeah, you
No,
can
I mean,
choose.
okay, you have you also provide the books.
Yeah, I emailed you already.
Okay.
Check
All right.
your
Thank you, Pa.
email.
Thank you.
Okay. Brother David Kimera, you have a question?
Yes, doctor.
Okay.
Please clarify on the book review, because I see on the syllabus it be A1 book and then MD for 2 books and the doctoral student 3 books.
Yeah.
As if I do otherwise.
Yeah, that's why I just told you that that will be too much for this semester, because you have to do also with Professor James' class, right? So
Yes.
so that's why I'm trying to tell you and to reduce it and then combine together. The doctorate student got their 4 books, and then MD student 3 books, and the BA student just 1 book, or if you like, 2 books, 5 books, doesn't matter, but at least 1 book for the BA student. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Professor Kim.
Okay.
Professor, this is Richard.
Oh, Richard, yeah.
Now, I need some clarification on the books, because when you look at the session of Professor Jim, he also wanted us to do a book.
Yeah.
There is also a book to be done. And also, on your side, there is a book to be done. That means the BA, we are doing 2 books.
That's why I just ask if you want to do his books, his course book review, then do it, and you don't have to submit the book review to me. And for the BA student, if you want to do to me, then you don't have to turn it to him. So choose one, or you can do both one to one. Okay. Yeah. Make sense to you? So you do.
Yes, Professor, it's now understood that we either do a book review on your side, or 1 book review on Professor James' side. Each, we can choose one, either to submit to you or to submit to him. Alternatively, if somebody has time, they can do both.
Yeah. If you do the world religion book review and turn it to me, If you do that Christian missions books, then turn it to him. And then also the research papers, of course, the research papers you give to everybody. Or if you submit, and then I can give everybody. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, that's noted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Kim.
Yes. Okay.
So it says 2 to 3 pages critique. Is that per book or for all the 3 books for the doctoral?
For doctoral students, I ask 4 books, but yeah, each book 2, 3 the pages of critics.
In the syllabus, it says 3 books for the doctoral.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That if you do too much, I mean, if you do 3 books for me and 3 books for the James, then you'll have 6 books.
No,
Like,
I was
okay. This time do 2 books because you didn't take a Professor James class. So
thank you. 2 books.
For you. Yeah, because you
2 books.
choose, you take only world religion.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Yes, doctor. Sorry for interruption.
Okay.
What about if I chose like 2 books for Professor James and then 1 for you? Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, thank you. Because I had already done 2 for his class.
Okay. That's great. That's good. Yeah. Okay, Brother Pongkeng, you have a question? Brother Pongkeng?
Dr. Kim, I have a question.
Okay.
Now, for the research paper, are we going to submit 2 research or 1?
For the BA student, you do just 1. Everybody just to do 1. Yeah, you don't have to do 2. Just 1 will be enough. If you want to do, yeah. Okay. All right. Any other question, please?
Professor.
Okay.
For the research paper, I think I'm not getting you correctly because you said for research paper we need to submit to you and also to Professor James. So that means those are 2 research papers.
Yeah, for the research paper, you can email to me and I can email to everybody. Yeah, so he will get it too. Yeah.
No, what I don't understand, because there is a research paper that Professor James asked for. And there's also a research paper that we have to do on your side. That means we submit a paper to Professor James, we also submit a paper to you.
I said
we are doing only 1 paper.
Yeah, I ask just 1. So if you do Professor James class, then do it. You don't have to submit to me. If you do to me, then you don't have to submit to just 1 research paper. Enough.
Okay, that means 1 book, 1 research paper
for the BA student. Yeah.
For the BA student, and also he asked us to do an interview on missionaries.
That's not. Then you must ask him. Okay.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. That's not my assignment. So ask him about that. Yeah. Okay. Any other question? We don't have it. The last time we had a miscommunication. I'm sorry about that happened. So we ended up with, I teach that world religion, and then at the same time, Professor James taught the Christian missions. So so the last time there's conflict. So I already taught that this religion class, and I just briefly over that. Let's see briefly. Okay. I'll call you back after class. Okay. So I'm gonna glance it. So if you have any question, please raise your hand because it's already covered that. But still, this is very important concept. What is the religion? Because we are going to deal with the religion, world religion. What is a religion? What is a cult? Or what is just teaching? Yeah, Confucius is not Confucianism is not the religion. Why? So this is very important. the definition of religion. It's hard to define that what is a religion. That's why Max Weber, he's a very clever man. A definition can be attempted, if at all, only at the conclusion of the study. But well, in the beginning, people try to define what is a religion, and it's hard to define by one way. So they start define two ways. One is the substantive definition. The other one is a functional definition. The substantive definition means that what is the essence of the religion? And the functional definition is what is the function of the religion? So yeah, religion is very powerful and many functions. So if you read it, probably you know that, but I will come down and then you will understand more details. Actually, Dr. William Jackson, he come from the Australia. Actually, he and I started together, but he was like 5 years ahead of time to come to seminary. So I met him. But anyway, this is his dissertation in an excellent way. What is a religion? Religion has these characteristics. First of all, so the religion meets this criteria. If the things does not meet this criteria, we then say that's a religion. But religion has this. First of all, religion is a group phenomenon. One person cannot make a religion. He must have a follower. Yeah, at least his wife or his children. Yeah, one person said, no. So group, at least one more person. Yeah, and religion deals with the sacred and the supernatural. Yeah. Emile Durkheim is a French, so in French they call it Durkheim. Yeah, but English they call in America called him Durkheim. He argues that basic element of religion is the sense of the sacred and the profane. Yeah, well, you know that sacred things, don't touch it or don't do it. And profane, if you just commit the things, violate, it's profane. Usually, like in Christian, we do have a sacred thing. The cross is a very sacred thing. You hold your arm. You never threw. Don't never step. And then also most of the mundane lifestyle, that's profane things. And the religion involves a body of belief. We Christians, body of belief is what? Jesus. So objective, we have God. Muslims, they have Allah. Religion involves a set of rituals. Yeah, we do have worship, prayer meetings, and worship, these things. And religion involves a set of symbols. Yeah, we do have a lot of symbols. And the early Christians do have a fish is a kind of symbol, but now we do have a cross. So Christians, we do have a necklace, or even many things, and we Christians do have a lot of symbols, not just the cross. And religion involves some moral prescription. Yeah, this is a very important. Religion is a morally high standard of morals and ethics. If the why the Canaanite religion was destroyed by the Judaism was because Canaanite religion, they don't have a high standard of a moral. They don't have a high standard of moral things. Yeah. That's why. If you have any question, please raise your hand. Otherwise, I'm going. The religion and the cult. What is the difference between religion and cult? The basic. If you read it already, I'm not going to repeat everything. Religion as the object is God of very, very valuable things. Cult is not like a human, or animal. That's what we call the cult. They worship animal, they worship human. That's the cult, basically. But the religion worship God. Here, probably the who run the religion. We mentioned about this. Yeah, there are two in Christianity. There are two ways to how do you say interact that the religion, Judaism, and then also Christianity. But look at the Old Testament. There are priesthood and a prophet. Priesthood is what? Very systematic, through the training and become a priest. But a prophet, all of a sudden you come out. Like Elijah. We don't know exactly who Elijah is. Just, he come from Tisseps. And then, we don't know where he got an education. But a priest, they do have that. This priest, his father's name, his mother, the grandpa, grandpa, they have all these things. They do have a genealogy, but prophets do not have it. These are the different. And I want to tell you this about the last class. I didn't talk about it. The religion and the science. Albert Einstein stated that for science can only ascertain what is. Yeah, we should say what is, but not what should be. Science didn't teach you must do it. These things, so it doesn't have the power and authority to do it. So science shows the fact, and outside the domain value judgment of all kinds of remain necessary. However, the religion, on the other hand, deals only with evaluations of human thought and action. It cannot justifiable speak of fact that the relationship between facts. Now, even though the realms of religion and science in themselves are clearly marked off from each other, nevertheless, there exists between the two strong reciprocal relationship and dependencies. So many people think that science and religion, they are against each other. But I don't think so. Especially Pannenberg, the great theologian, which I really respect for him. Pannenberg said that yes, science is support a religion. We try to prove things by scientific ways, and we cannot prove certain things. Then religion filled that hole which science cannot deal with. So religion hold the science, and science try to try to prove in ultimate way that we don't know these things. Then religion said yes, answer is this: God did. Like even Albert Einstein, he's a great man. He know that uranium isotope is decay. And he didn't know why. The physics is a certain scientific things, and you must analyze and you must describe using the symbols and then also the numbers, the equations, whatever things. But he couldn't do it. And then why the uranium decayed and never we can make the process just one way. How come the other way is impossible? Why? And finally, he could not prove anything about that. So finally said, oh, there is a jump in the world. That's God did. So we very simple. Jesus did. Number 5, sacred and profane. I just mentioned about the sacred and profane, right? Sacred refers to the representations that transcend the course of daily life. Profane, on the contrary, includes the everyday, mundane, and ordinary things such as jobs and profession, daily commute, etc. So Emil Durkheim again gave the sacred and profane dichotomized. Yeah, we Christians we dichotomize that between sacred things, profane things. Like even the Lord's Day, you must come to the church and confess your sin and ask for forgiveness. But on Lord's Day, just you ignore or go fishing, dancing, drinking. That's profane. So which means don't do it. So sacred and profane is very powerful the methodology or system to keep the religious adherents, the members of that group, keep tightly. And another one is religion in politics. We argued already before. I mean, we discussed about that before, and then I'm not gonna discuss more about that. But yeah, I realized that the Muslims involve more to politics, and the Muslim, the Islam is actually, involved more to the politics, because in the beginning they fight and survive. So, but more than the Christianities. But this is also one example. In America, there are so many, like in senators, in the congressmen, more than 90% of them are Christians. They said, yes, I'm Christian, but they don't run their politics by the God or Bible. They don't follow the Bible. So the Christianity doesn't really affect the religion. I mean, to the politics much. The politicians use the Christianity, but actually they don't practice in their work. But Muslims, they do. Religious violence. Yeah, sometimes religion is very radical. Yeah, because most of religions grow by the persecution. So when they win over the persecution and get over the persecution, they fight back. Of course, endure is good. But at a certain point, they revolt, fight. Yeah. We Christianity also did. Yeah. In the beginning, endured, and a lot of Christians were martyred by the Jewish people and the Romans. But later on, they revolted and get out. Muslims, they do too. So any questions so far? Okay. If you don't have any question, then okay, Brother David, you have a question?
Yes, Dr. Kim. You talked of religion and the cults, and you said that religion, the difference we worship God, and then cows don't worship God; they worship like humans.
Yeah.
And then my question comes: in which category does the Jehovah's Witness and Seventh-day Adventists fall?
Well, some people say that the Jehovah or the Seventh Adventists, they're not the cult. We usually do not call them cult. We call them heresies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cult is like a David Koresh is a cult. Yeah. And then like a unification church, that also we call the cult because they actually, the leader, he said, I'm the brother of Jesus. You worship me like that. And he and the Jesus is like a same level. We are brothers like that. That's why we call the cult. Yeah.
And in fact, we have Jesus in Kenya right now, and he's married to a wife, a woman.
Yeah, yeah.
A group of people following him. He calls himself the Bible, his Jesus, is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a cult. And then also some religion, they worship animal. Yeah. That animal is our God. Like that. Any other question, please? Then let's talk about that the Muslim. Muslim is the most the well second most popular than Christianity right now, and then actually that Muslim is growing very fast. So I'm gonna spend more time for the Muslim than any other religion. I don't do the Christianity this time, but let's see the Muslim. The word Islam means submission to the will of God. So by the way, the religion name is Islam. And the person who believe Islam, we call the Muslim. Right? So now I hope that you understand. Yeah, Islam is a religion. Muslim is those who believe that Islam, like a Christianity and Christian. It's a very huge number right now, right? 1.9 billion. And then let's look at it. There are some countries, America also, that are, I think that more than this, but no, there are some countries like I was surprised that Malaysia has a lot of Muslims. And how about Indonesia? Indonesia, 86, almost 87% of Muslims. Ooh, that's a huge number. And then even Israel, there are a lot of Muslims. Can you believe that? Islam has a lot of they are Muslims. Jordan, because neighbor country also. And then also Macau. Yeah, as I said, that the Malaysia, 63.5%. Yeah, that's a lot. About the Nigeria, almost a half of the population are Muslims. And Singapore, I also surprised that Singapore, there are also a lot of Muslims. Yeah, surprised. And South Korea, there are more than that. Muslim population in South Korea is growing. Tanzania, I researched about why the Tanzania has so big Muslim population is that because people from North Africa come down for the trade, they're the Muslims. And then like Kenya and the merchants come to Kenya and then also Uganda. So actually, the Muslim come from that side. And how about the Uganda? Uganda, 14% the population is the Muslims. And United States, 1.1%. So there are a lot of Muslims, and then it's growing. So the Muslim is very important for not just Christians, but everybody, I mean, the whole world. Because they are also some different. They are more politics and more violent than Christians. Of course, that the Christians also become very violent, but the Muslims are more. Yeah. The origins of Islam. The rise of Islam is linked by Muhammad, right? Yeah. So study about Muhammad is very important because the Muslim, the Islam started with this man, the Muhammad. In early life, Muhammad was born into the most powerful tribe in Mecca, the Quraysh, around 570 AD. Yeah. So some people, they confuse that Muslim and the Islam and the Christianity start about same time. No way. Way later. 570 AD, Muhammad was born, and then the Quraysh family is very powerful in Mecca. They have a lot of slaves, and then also they are rich. And several trade routes intersected at the Mecca, allowing the Quraysh to control trade. Because by the trade, they make a lot of money. And then this family, is quite big family, they control all this trade and make a lot of money. Yeah. So especially like even the trade to the Palestine and Europe, and then also East, they come to China, right? China to Europe, and they intercept, and then they control the trade business and they collect a lot of taxes so far. I mean, like that way. And then the Quraysh family is grouping Arab clans that historically inhabited and controlled the city of Mecca and its Kaaba. The Islamic prophet Muhammad was born into the Shim clan of this tribe. Yeah. The Muhammad was called him. He was called as a prophet, and well, they argue that he and then Jesus also prophet like that way. Yeah. Mecca was home to two widely venerated polytheistic cults. So they worship many gods. The more the more you have gods, the more blessings will come because each god will bring the profit or blessings. That's what the idea. That's why I have many gods and worship many gods. Like in Japan, I was told that they have 8,800 gods, and the Nepal, they have like 33 million gods. Oh no, 330 million gods or something like that. Yeah, the more gods you have, you'll get the more blessings like that. That's the idea. After working for several years as a merchant, Muhammad was hired by Khadija, a wealthy widow, to ensure the safe passage of her caravans to Syria. They eventually married. That's what the Muslims say, but some Christian scholars argue it. So is the argument. What I'm saying is I don't know that the real truth is actually the Christian scholars, some Christian scholars argue that Muhammad, our father, has a big trade company. As we see that that clan has a big trading company, and they control that, and they're very, very successful man, and he was very, very rich man. He died early. So his mother searched for the man who is most capable man to take care of that big, huge business. And she searched, couldn't find any better than her own son, Muhammad. So they married at the age of 24. Yeah. And Muhammad has 2 girls from her, and both of them die early. So Muhammad doesn't have any children. And since that time, he was a deep thinker. That's what. And then also, another argument was also, I'll tell you a little later. Yeah. Anyway, when he was roughly 40, Muhammad began having visions and then hearing voices. And why? Because I just mentioned that some Christian scholars argue that because he married to his own mom and then have 2 children, and these 2 children died in early age. So probably, who knows, what is a life? Maybe this is some kind of, he worried about the curse because I married my mom and have children. I don't know. Yeah. But anyway, that's we don't, okay, I cannot prove that, but some scholars argue that. Searching for clarity, he would sometimes meditate at Mountain Hira near Mecca. On one of these occasions, the archangel Gabriel, same angel's name Gabriel. Yeah. So that we Christians argue that, well, they copied from the Bible. So who knows? But he said that yes, the Gabriel came to him. And why this man meditate very seriously instead of concentrate on his own business? Because he has owned these issues, family issues, married to mom and the children. That's what the Christians argue that. Yeah. But anyway, God appeared to him. And like a God appeared to Abraham. Yeah. So he started communicate with God. And also initially overwhelmed by the significance of what was being revealed to him, Muhammad found an unflinching support in his wife and slowly began to attract followers. Yeah, which means that Muhammad saw the vision and he was really overwhelmed because he does not comprehend. And Archangel Gabriel, we said not Gabriel is not the archangel, we call him Archangel Michael, but Gabriel is archangel in Muslim. They are Islam, and so the Gabriel brings the news, not the powerful angel, but brings information. He's an errand of God. But anyway, Muhammad got this kind of vision, and now he was so overwhelmed. So he shared with his wife. And his wife was the first supporter and later become a follower. I said that there's a similar story of Jesus and Mary. We Christians also do, right? Mary was the first person recognized Jesus as a Messiah. Do you remember that? You know, we Protestant just discount so much the Mary, but Catholics, they do study a lot about Mary, and then they studied a Mariatic tradition. According to Mariatic tradition, when Jesus was about 30 something, Mary asked him, son, you are somebody else. So why don't you go and then see your cousin, John the Baptist? John the Baptist is your cousin, and he do the ministry in the wilderness. And he received God, word of God in wilderness. So he went the wilderness, and we know that in the Bible, Jesus was wilderness in the 40 days. And probably he met John the Baptist there. But anyway, he received anointing from God. God anointed him. God chose him. And he realized that he is a son of God. Yeah. So when he came home, still he didn't know he was a son of God. And Mary took him to the wedding in Cana. And then Mary is the one that the Catholics argued, and Mary is the one who started Jesus' ministry. She asked that the like a Peter and other disciples come to that this wedding ceremony. They are not really the clan, or I mean the relative of that wedding family, but Mary is the one who brought them, and then Mary is the one who pushed Jesus to perform the miracles there, so that water become a wine. That's we Christians believe like that, and Muslims, Muhammad's wife did that. Okay, brother David Camaro, you have a question?
Yes, doctor. My question goes to maybe to all of us, or to a question about Muhammad and Christianity.
Mm.
We look at when you look at Muhammad here, you mentioned that Islam was founded by Muhammad. Here, Muslims claim that that Adam and Abraham of the Bible were Muslims. Where do they get such ideas or such history, which does not exist when you look at the way Islam started and with Muhammad in the 600s? And
I don't know. I studied Muslim theology, but they don't say that Adam is a Muslim. I couldn't find that any statement that Adam and Eve was a Muslim. No. They
I've had
okay. Go ahead.
several Muslims here in Uganda who say so, that Muhammad and Adam, all of those were Muslims. I don't know where they get that.
Well, they argue that not the Adam and Eve, they goes to the Abraham. And then they are the ones who is the heir, because Abraham's first son is Ishmael, right? Yeah. So, but we know that in the Bible, the Sarah kicked the Ishmael out, right? Yeah. And then only Isaac is the legitimate son, and Isaac is the legitimate heir. Ishmael was kicked out. That's what the Apostle Paul argues that it's like they symbolized that the Ishmael is like a law, Jewish law, and Isaac is a Jesus, mercy and love. Yeah. So that's argument, but I never heard about the Adam. Maybe they have their own story or theology.
Yeah. The other question is we see in the Bible God meeting his servants and spoke to them. They get their message even when there is some kind of high respect, for and fear, and the angels always told people like fear not, be afraid. God meets like Moses in the burning bush. He speaks to him. He talks to sends an angel. Karaya, several passages in the Bible where God meets with men and then speaks to them through the messenger, like the angels. But we don't see them getting kind of seizure and lose their understanding as if they have something different on their mind or head. But when you look at, I was reading some statement somewhere in a book, and it said that whenever Muhammad was getting his message from Allah, he fell in some kind of, he got seizure and lost his strength, and it's like half dead, and it's like somebody with a epileptic. I wonder, do you think there might have been some kind of demonic forces that were encountering with him that were mistaken to be God speaking to him?
Yeah. Well, this that's kind of a endless argument. But again, science we can prove that, but religion we cannot prove. We just believe. That's why we do have a lot of arguments. Yeah, but Muslims they argue that, but we Christians believe that. Well, there are a lot of some the basic ideas come from the Christianity. That's why Muslim they copycat of the our Bible or something like that, but they denied. Yeah, of course they should deny, but yeah. Okay, brother Cherub, you have a question? Brother Cherub, hello, brother Cherub, Patrick. Yeah. Okay, because you raised a hand. Yeah. Anyway, this is a challenge for him. As I mentioned in the beginning, they worship many gods, multi-god. But now Muhammad saw that and then received the message from Gabriel. There's a monotheistic God. Only one God, not the multi-God. So Muhammad's teaching is, there is only one God. Not this is, it's not a God. Only one God I met through his messenger, the archangel Gabriel. And of course that he faced a radical attack from those who believe the multi-gods. Yeah. So when he stayed and then teach about his religion, he got a life threatened. Yeah. So he ran away to Medina. Yeah. And then after he ran away to Medina, which is about 300 miles north from Mecca, and he got more people, more followers, and then his religion getting started and bigger and bigger and powerful. Then Medina become a Muslim city. Well, and then they said this is the beginning of Islam. And they used to look like, the Israelites when they left from Egypt. And God said, this is the new era. Your the old calendar start from that point. It's like that way, right? So actually, the God punished Egypt in January 14th by Jewish calendar, and then January 15th they left from Egypt. So that's a start the new calendar. And Muslims also did the same thing. The Medina, the move from when they got the growing power, and then come to there, they called it. I mean, yes, this is the beginning of Islam, and our new calendar start this. It's year 622. Well, that's what the Muslim says, but the Christian scholars think, well, when the Muhammad was in Medina, the city, about 30% of the populations are the Jews, and about 20% of them are Christians, and the rest of them are Arabics. And still, the city was controlled by the Jews and Christians. Why? Why? And he realized that they don't have religion. So Muhammad, wow, we need some central force to get it together. That's why even we are the majorities, but we are ruled by these Jews and Christians. But if we have some central force to get together, we are the ones who will control the city. So he started religion. And surely his religion, Islam, was a central force. And eventually they controlled the Medina. And later on, they came to Mecca, which he was exiled from the Mecca to Medina. And now he go and conquer the Mecca by force. That's what we Christians view, but Muslims view, no. Yeah, the God did everything like that. Spreading the message of Islam. In Medina, Muhammad continued to receive divine revelations and built an ever-expanding community around the new faith. The conflict with Christ continued, but after several years of the violent clashes, Mecca surrendered. Yeah. So he actually fought against his clan, his relatives, because because of the religion. His the relatives, extended families, they believe multi-gods. But now there is no that kind of God, only one God. Yeah, one God, Allah. That's why they fight each other. And finally, he conquered Mecca by the force. The night journey and ascension of the prophet, according to ascension of Muhammad, have captured the imagination of writers and the painters of the century. One night while the prophet was sleeping, the archangel Gabriel came and led him on a journey. Mounted on the heavenly steed Burak, Muhammad traveled from Kaaba in Mecca to the farthest mosque, which Muslims believe to the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. So yeah, this is a same kind of things like Jesus' ascension to the heaven, or Moses went to the heaven and then see that the heavenly temple, and he came down and then Or C, he made the tabernacle, which is copycat of the heavenly temple, something like that. So did you see that there's some similarities? What the Christians see and what the Islam argues? And of course, he said that, yeah, he met Moses, he met Abraham, he met Jesus, all these kind of things. And that's what they believed. Yeah. So there are some similarities. Aftermath of the Muhammad's death. This is a significant. When Muhammad died, before he died, he summoned everybody, all his fellow leaders, and he preached and he died. But he did not choose a successor. That makes real trouble. One side, yeah, the Muhammad's successor should be from his family. And the other side, no, we must choose that among our disciples. And here, that his family side, he doesn't have any son. He doesn't have any brother to succeed him. Only he has a cousin. So they chose a leader, cousin, as his successor, but the other one, they chose that among the past disciples. And they fight each other. They become very, very bitter fighting, power struggling, and killed, assassinated. Yeah, still they do. So as you see that those who must follow the blood type of successor, they call the Shia, and those who among the disciples and chose that is a Sunni. And then the leading country of a Shia group is in Iran, and leading group of the Sunni is in Saudi Arabia, and still they fight each other. So, okay, let's have a 5 minutes break, and then we'll come back. Okay. So before I have a break time, do you have any question, please?